Hey everybody, welcome back to James Draws Everything. Continuing today with our Drawing Every Country in the World's Flag series. And today we're going to be doing, you can't even see it on the map here, it's kind of off the west coast of Africa. It's actually, well, part of it is on the equator. And we're going to be doing the island nation of Sao Tome and Principe. And first you're probably going to be like, James, what? Yes, yeah, it's a real country. It's actually probably one of the least visited countries in the world, let alone Africa. Not a lot of people know about it. And I'm actually here in Sao Tome, live on location. So you will be getting a special James Live on Location video for Sao Tome and Principe. And I gotta say, I really like it here. The people have been super nice. This is a really cool place, and I think more people should know about it. More people should come and visit. And one thing I'll say about Sao Tome and Principe as well is that kind of rare for an African country, it gets a clean bill of health from the Travel Advisory Board, right, through the CIA's World Factbook site here. So that's pretty cool. It gets no strikes for crime, health, terrorism, civil unrest, none of that. So a relatively safe country for Africa. And there could be a lot of different reasons for that. Interesting place. Sao Tome and Principe are two islands, and then there's a bunch of other much smaller islands in the region. And it was settled, not colonized, but settled by the Portuguese in the 15th century, the late 15th century. You think Portuguese, Africa, you're probably thinking of like Cape Verde, Cabo Verde, or like the Canaries. But yeah, Sao Tome and Principe actually had no indigenous population when the Portuguese arrived. The islands were uninhabited. So Portugal kind of used that to set up an island colony off the west coast of Africa. Some strategic importance there, kind of bridging the eastern world to Africa and to the west. A lot of sugar, coffee, cocoa was harvested there. Very rich agricultural climate for that. And can't really talk about this country's history, of course, without talking about slave labor. So, right, this being the 15th century, the Portuguese did import slaves from Africa, mainly Angola. So a lot of the population, like the African population there today, is of Angolan descent. And a lot of them also mixed with the Portuguese, over several centuries, kind of creating like almost like Brazil, right? Kind of creating like a new race of people, the Mesticos, right? Mixed Portuguese and African descent. So the Portuguese kind of used this as like their Australia for a little while. So they sent like undesirables to Sao Tome and Principe. So like during like the Reconquista, like after that period, in the Iberian Peninsula, that was mainly the Spanish, but the Portuguese are there as well. They kind of had their own Inquisition. So like prisoners and like Sephardic Jews were sent to Sao Tome and Principe, kind of like a penal colony. So take that, Australia. Sao Tome, I think they actually got them beat to that. I forget when the British did that in Australia. Maybe around the same time. I did do Australia, so go check out that episode. My memory isn't what it used to be after doing so many of these countries one a day. Bound to lose a little, bound to slip. But yeah, beautiful climate here. Part of it is on the equator. It doesn't go through like any of the actual main islands. You kind of gotta go a ways to see it. And I actually did see while I am here, they have like a buoy out in the ocean, kind of near one of the islands. You can take a ferry to it. It's where the equator meets the oh god, what's the other line there? The Greenwich, you know what I'm talking about. So it's like the center of the Earth, sort of. So you can go see that while you're here. And as the Portuguese Empire kind of declines, coffee, sugar, cocoa, they're getting a lot of competition from the Western world, right? Because the West Indies, the Caribbean, is being colonized at that time as well. So the Portuguese kind of lose their foothold. They can't really monopolize that industry, competing with the Dutch, British, French. But Portuguese hold on to this colony for quite a long time, like into the 20th century. And into the 20th century, you do have, just like a lot of African countries, you do have some left-wing, socialist, communist-adjacent parties that start taking foot there. And with the Carnation Revolution, that kind of, deposes Salazar's Estado Novo. Portugal, kind of has to give up a lot of their African possessions. Sao Tome and Principe, even though it's not on mainland Africa, is no different. So they achieve independence in 1975, and the people there kind of make a deal with like the leftists that take control in Portugal to grant them independence. And can you guess what happens next? Can you? No, I've done a few of these. With this particular color scheme as well. So, yeah, as you can guess, the MLSTP, that's the Movement to Liberate Sao Tome and Principe. They take control of the government, and it's basically like a one-party state. They do have a lot of communist support. Also from Portuguese communist adjacent parties as well. So they pretty much have rule over the state. Kind of tank the economy, but you already knew that, right? That's not a spoiler. That's not a spoiler. That's a guarantee when the communists take over. So they do have some democratic reforms in 1990. So they start allowing quote-unquote free and fair elections, right? And an opposition party does form. And still kind of unstable, though, kind of going into the 20th century. Several failed coups. A lot of in and outs with like the executive division of the government. So the name Sao Tome and Principe, Sao Tome is Saint Thomas, and Principe is prince in Portuguese. He is the prince that this tribute state had to pay duties towards. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So again, not a lot really going on in this country. It's fairly peaceful, kind of divorced from world events, just kind of being an island country, just kind of off on the coast there doing its own thing. And what does the flag mean? So the green, the country's rich vegetation, right? Rich agricultural economy, still very agricultural to this day. Red is the struggle for independence, of course, the blood and the metal that comes with that. Yellow represents cocoa, which is one of the main agricultural products. I don't know why they use yellow for that, right? Cocoa, it should be brown. I don't know. Is it yellow? Like before you, I don't know. I'm not an agricultural guy. I just draw flags. I'm a humble artist and YouTuber. Not an agriculture guy, not a farmer. And the 2 stars symbolize the 2 main islands, Sao Tome and Principe. Right? And remember, it's not Sao Tome or Sao Tome and Principe or anything like that. It's Sao Tome and Principe. So I hope I got my Portuguese right. They say I'm doing okay here on the island, or maybe they're laughing at me behind my back. That guy over there does look kind of suspicious, but he's actually giving me drinks, so I'll let it slide if he is making fun of me. Oh, he just gave me a thumbs up, so that's cool. All right, so we're gonna close out the flag. And as I'm just going to write the name here, you've seen these colors before, right? So that is the Pan-African movement's colors from the Ethiopian flag. And not really sure why Sao Tome and Principe uses it, right? I guess maybe because of the Angolan heritage with like the slaves that were brought there. That could have something to do with it. But yeah, it's kind of divorced from Pan-Africanism. And yeah, that's Sao Tome and Principe. And I have been enjoying my time here, right? Everybody's been really cool. It's been very peaceful. No issues whatsoever with Sao Tome and Principe. And the reason why I came here, right? I won an all expenses paid vacation here. And I've been actually picking up a bunch of these. And this is what I've been using to pay for my drinks here. This is their currency. And I actually think their currency is pretty freaking awesome, right? So it's like the polymer. Is that what you call it? A polymer note? So it's kind of like plasticky. You can see there's like a little hologram in there, butterflies. They got animals on it. There's the island. So I got to save this to tip that guy later. That's a 5. And here's a 10. All right. So this is what I've been using. So one of these is probably about 5 American cents or less. It's cool money. I like it. It's got all sorts of crazy animals on it and stuff. And it's also got burb, right? Burb on the money. I like it. I like the burb. All right. So I'm going to go get some more of these delicious island drinks that they're making me here in Sao Tome and Principe. And I can't recommend this country enough. You guys got to go and yeah, get some of this cool money too. So that is it for today. That's the currency, and that is the flag of Sao Tome and Principe. So let me know what you think. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I will catch you on the next video.